might find the 50s. So yeah, today what we're doing is we're just going through a chest session. It was going to be chest and arms, but because I only trained arms 2 days ago, I've decided to move the arm work from this training session to later in the week. So essentially a nice, short and efficient chest session, starting off with flat dumbbell press, feet up, so I can just hit the upper pec fibers a little bit more. And just on my first working set, 47.5 kilo dumbbells for 7 reps, I believe. I'm going to work up to probably 52.5 today, see if I can get out 6 or more reps, and that'll be the 2 working sets for feet up dumbbell press, and it'll be on to the next pressing movement. Oh. Oh. Alright, got a little bit of a dilemma here. No 52.5, so it looks like I'll go 60s. Forgot how much harder feet up pressing is. Yeah, there we go, 60 kilo dumbbells for a pathetic set of 4 reps, but still got them done. Rep range that I was aiming for was 6 to 10, so I fell a couple reps short, although I didn't have the 52s or the 50s here. But after I finished that set, Denzel just pointed out that there's 55 kilo dumbbells over there, so I could have used those. But that happens. Still got that done. So yeah, just a little bit of a hack for anybody who's new to lifting and new to the gym. If your gym doesn't have a decline bench for decline pressing, specifically decline dumbbell pressing, because I do know some gyms have an actual bench press set up for a barbell decline press, but if you want to do dumbbell decline press, you can just get yourself a bumper plate or 2 regular plates, and what you want to do is go to the front of the bench, basically lift it up, place it under like that. Now you got a decline bench. Cool. Yeah, so the reason I like decline presses so much is you just get that extended range of motion at the bottom while in a slightly more favourable angle to hit the sternocostal fibres of the pec. So you've got two heads of the pec. You've got the clavicular and you've got the sternocostal. Some people like to try to look at it as 3 separate heads, but it's actually 2 separate heads. But if you look at the orientation of the muscle fibers, then you're dealing with 3 parts. The clavicular part, sternocostal part, and the abdominal part. But when it comes to the actual heads of the pec, the abdominal fibers of the pec are part of the sternocostal head. So yeah, 2 sets, 0 to 1 reps in reserve, so 0 to 1 reps from failure essentially. That was the first set, probably about just shy of 1 rep from failure. So next set I'll go 2 failure, and that'll be it for decline press. Something bad to think about summer in Queensland, Australia is the heat and the humidity. Put this one back and I'll do a flat dumbbell fly. Then we're going to do a cable fly. So the dumbbell fly, we're predominantly working the pec in its stretched or lengthened position. Then with the cable fly, what we're going to be aiming to do is we'll focus on working the pec in its shortened position, because when you think about the mechanics of the actual dumbbell fly, you lose a lot as you get closer to the top because of the way gravity is acting on the load in your hands. Whereas on the cable, essentially the cables are originating from out by your sides and you're coming forward, so the peak tension is at that end or shortened position of the pec. So the exact opposite of the dumbbell fly. So it's always good to have a variety of flies in your sessions, not necessarily in the one session, but throughout the week of training you probably want to have at least a cable fly and a dumbbell fly in there for optimizing pec development. Handling the heat really well. It's only going to get worse from here on out though. It's only really kicking off in Australia, the hot weather, being that they're in the southern hemisphere, not the northern. All you guys in America that might be watching, pretty sure it's getting quite cool over there now and starting to snow, so fuck you guys. Okay, so you probably were wondering why you bent over or leaning forward when doing the cable fly, and it's for a specific reason. It's to target the sternocostal fibers more, specifically the lower sternocostal fibers, or what a lot of people would call the abdominal fibers of the chest. So basically just changing the angle of your torso can change the area in which the load is targeted at. And so you would have noticed when I was leaning or kneeling, I was leaning forward about that far, so it's going to really hit those lower fibers more. And then on that second set I stood up, but I still bent forward, had my hips back. I was in more of a tilt that was targeting more the middle fibers of the chest, but still toward the lower end of the chest, not so much the upper pec fibers. But I do that predominantly just because that's the area I'm trying to personally bring up. I find doing incline pressing is enough to bring up the upper fibers for myself, and I just need to make sure that I don't slack off in terms of the incline pressing. But when it comes to the mid/lower pec fibers, I really do need to give them a little bit more TLC to make them grow, but it's definitely been paying off, so just got to keep at it. So as you can see, it's pretty short, simple, yet efficient. That is a chest workout done and dusted at Valhalla Strength in Brisbane, Virginia. So if you haven't already, guys, please don't forget to like the video, leave a comment down below. Helps me out the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe if you haven't already to see future content. And until next video, guys, peace.